Would you like to learn from those that are taking their lives, their businesses, and their passions to the next level? Best-selling author of Speakeasy and master connector Lou Diamond is here to connect you to some of the most inspiring and amazing people on this planet. Get ready to thrive loud with Lou Diamond.
I was out with the boys catching up in a neon light. Didn't know till we walked in, it was karaoke night.
Welcome everyone to another spectacular episode of Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond, connecting you to the most inspiring and amazing people that are thriving each and every day. I'm your host Lou Diamond, and today on Thrive Loud we have a six-time New York Times best-selling author and financial expert. Whether it's what entity you should set up your business as, what to invest in, or how to pay less taxes, she loves helping people make, invest, and keep their money. Thrive Loud listeners, excited to bring you Loral Langemeier. Loral, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. It's good to have you. Good to have you. Good to have you have me.
I'm equal. It's equal home and home here is how we love to say it, Loral. Listen, you've been in the limelight. You've been focused on this your entire career. I don't want to do a rewind all the way back to the womb. But what I do want to do is understand how what you're focusing on now, how this main priority today became your gig.
Well, main priority is I'm actually relaunching the Millionaire Maker brand. So 2022, I did kind of what I call the finale of the books, which is how I made my kids millionaires. So that's like on paper, obviously through trusts and, more elaborate legacy structures. And then with this, we sold out of our other books. So it's been an interesting publisher journey to get my rights and publishers that shut down and not available. So this was a journey, and we took my Millionaire Maker, we call this version 2. I got a new photo shoot. We redid our integrated wealth website, and I put 40 more testimonials of people on their way or already millionaires. So now we have 47 families in this book. So it's kind of a relaunch and just freshening all of the brand up. This is our 25th year of doing my mentoring and mastermind. So it's good. So I'm focused on my 25th year. Can you believe it? That's like when I remember being like the young mentee, like, with Bob Proctor and all those guys, when they said, I've been doing this for 25 or 30 years. I'm thinking, you're old. I'm now that person.
I have a son who literally, as we're recording this, turns 25 tomorrow, which obviously means you were 9 when you started this business. And now we're here at a point where I have a couple of questions to kick this off. Right. Has anything changed recently about how people need to be thinking about making their millions or making their billions or whatever it is? Has something changed more recently in the way you think about doing this, or something more specific? Has the investment world changed in a way that you make them rethink about how they need to do the stuff that they've done over these last 25 years?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if people who really dig into my work, I think the greatest asset you could build is your own company. So a lot of the millionaires, I'd say the majority of the millionaires that have come through, over 10,000 of them become millionaires. Mostly it's building a business, a very successful business, and then taking the money corporately structured so you reduce your taxes. With less taxes, you put more money towards your investing. As you know, most people park and pray, right? They park at financial institutes and pray God something's going to happen. But there's a lot of volatility. Between the administrations, the transition, inflation still being high, what the current administration is doing to actually correct it is going to actually feel worse before it gets better, and then it's going to get better. So as far as the investments, you still have, interesting interest rates. They're not horrible. But the thing that COVID changed that still hasn't corrected at all, especially in the real estate space, is insurance. Like the amount of commercial insurance. So yeah, there's a lot of variables in the space. A lot of crypto obviously is on fire right now. Most people don't know how to transact it. Gold and silver on fire. So it's interesting to watch the segments of people, and you'll find, and you've watched this too, Lou, there's so many people who all they advertise and focus on is go buy silver, go buy gold, go buy crypto. What are your money rules? Because I'm not an advisor, so I don't tell people how to invest. We just we discuss the options, the pros and cons, and then numbers don't lie. So put up your scenarios. If you do it this way, this is your option. Do it this way, this is your option. So then I educate them to make better decisions for themselves. So right now, I'd say a lot of my people that are coming in and coming back that have been around for 20 some years, they're very business centric, growth centric, because it is volatile, but it's a great time for RV parks and storage units. And there's just it's an interesting time. And I'd say for most people, just stay in your lane where you are. And if you haven't built a business, build one.
Loral, everybody's got a different lane that they like to go into, and they have different businesses, which means that you kind of have to be knowledgeable in a lot of different businesses, even just talking about the different places to park your money or move your money.
Yep.
I want to know, what do you do to keep yourself on top of things? And what do you do to make sure that you're drinking your own Kool-Aid and you're following your own results? Because sometimes that could be hard, because sometimes you're doing different things and you almost have too much knowledge between your ears. Today, I'd love to know what you're doing.
So, well, first of all, a lot of people say, how do I do it all? I don't do it all. I lead it. So I find what I would consider the best of the best, and that rotates every once in a while, because some people get, we've gone through multiple people who love to go do all the apartment shopping or land development or RVs. So I find great people. They find me. They become my clients. They become millionaires or multi. Like I have a guy in Alaska, just went from 2 to 7 million, and very unique storage process. So, now my coaching, mentoring is, have you thought about licensing that to the lower 48 and I have clients in every state, and those who would like to do what you did up there in their state, and then license your SOPs and license all that. So I feel like I'm more of a facilitator of just great people doing great work. And honestly, that's what I love to do. I could get up every day and just, Susie needs to meet Sally and Joe needs to meet Sam, so I match make a lot of my clients there where I can see a lot of synergies, and then those, either, can go together and grow. But I stay ahead of it because I rely on a lot of other experts. Some people say, well, that's really risky, because what if they lead you astray, which they have, they have, right? And so that's part of I'd say the risk of even being in a partnership with people. But I'm not that person, or even endorse the people who got burned once because you had a bad partnership. Then you got to reverse engineer. Was it a bad operating agreement? Was the business just a bad business? Like, what really happened that you're not willing to get up and go again? Yeah. So I do a lot of facilitating other people's behavior to each other and matchmaking opportunities with people.
I worked on Wall Street for too long of a time, and can give you the pluses and minuses. But what I do know is there are those that love to come up with a strategy. There are those that love to do the deal. There are those that love to plan. And maybe there are those who just have a knack for good timing and sense of a vibe of where things are. If you treat each one of those as like a hat, is there a certain hat that you like doing more than another? Is it like, finding the nice win in the moment, or is it helping to come up with the plan?
It's strategy to then the tactics of the plan.
Okay.
And then really, I'd have to say over these 25 years, because it was very money, like real money centric. I mean, running spreadsheets and cash flow analysis and all of that. As things grew, I shouldn't hold up that book because it's the new one, but when this one, which is the first one, came out, it's interesting to watch my career and where my expertise came. And then when COVID hit, I would say that I'm more marketing and sales centric than anything right now. And I love to do it. And it's interesting the amount of businesses that find me there, maybe in the 500,000, million, or even 2 million, want to go to 5, or even 5 to 10. I got this range of clients, from babies who are just becoming millionaires. I don't say that disrespectfully, but they want to get on that train. And then people who are making 20, 30, 40. I have a new client, 140 million. Why do they come? Because I'd say probably one of the best sections of teams that I formed is the tax team. I have found the greatest tax teams. I understand cash flow, all of that, the deductions. So those are probably if I could get up every day and do those, that's what I love to do, is help families really recreate their life into corporate life. Like, a lot of people just don't know how to do the basics. They don't know how to pay their kids. They don't know how to take deductions. They're paying for their own phone, but with their personal account, why aren't you paying that in a corporate account? What I would say is simple stuff, and it's not tax advice. Honestly, it's like bookkeeping, but that all matters when it comes to your tax planning. So we get really high net worth people who come because they want our tax team.
Yeah.
Which
I love it.
Specific model. And I love it. Because then all that tax money they save, they can either put that in investing, reinvest it back in their companies, put it back into good marketing. So I say strategy of all the hats.
Laurel, by the way, I've looked through every one of your books and I could not find how I get my kids off of the family plan. I've been trying to figure that out with my phone plans. I know you could run it through the business. I just can't figure it out. Maybe the next version of your book, show
Okay.
me how that could be done.
Okay.
They're fully employed, working for other people, making more money, and I just can't seem to get them off. But anyway, I digress. I love asking top performers and leaders this question because I got her giggling at least.
Scott, I want to answer it though. Like you're saying, you have a family plan and you can't get your kids off.
I'm mostly joking. No, but don't you know this?
My son's 26, or he'll be 26 in September. So I have one right ahead of you.
Yeah.
And he just got married and same thing. So they got married like, okay, well, we're going to disconnect from our parents' plans. And right, because they both are out of college, they're both on their career. And I said, well, go check out to see what a corporate plan that we have, which is our family plan, and what it would take for just you two newlyweds. And he's like, Mom, it would cost more if we just did it. And I said, I know, I'm kind of grandfathered. 1996, I've had one of these things. And so I'm on this like plan. So he said, well, what are we going to do? And I said, well, as long as you keep working for the company here and there, and he does, he books all our travel. So then that's just part of your benefit to stay on this plan because it's crazy. I know how much you're going to pay. So there's your funny little answer is I have them go do their own cost analysis. Like, okay, figure it out. You want to cut the umbilical cord? Go.
I just make them pay. That's all that matters. Anyway, that's really all I care about.
Make them work because I don't want to be paid back. I want more work. I need more help.
I love asking guests this question. You've been thriving for 25 years in this business. You know what? Before I go there, I want to hit this because you addressed this in the beginning before we hit record. Your business significantly changed pre and post COVID. I'm not going to go through what the business changed, but I want to ask this question. What's the biggest gift that COVID gave you as it relates to the way you're doing your business now versus before?
So I went from 100% TV and stage. I had very little internet presence. Like if I had a couple hundred people, 1,000, like I just not that person. I didn't do any of it. I didn't know how to do it. I mean, I know Gary Vaynerchuk. I know all the guys who did it all well. I'm like, someday, and they said, you need to do it sooner than later. And of course, COVID hit. And then guess who I call? Going, oh my God. How do I do this? All my stages, 29 stages canceled on March 7th of 2020.
Oh, yeah.
All my TV, everything's done. I'm like, and then what do I do? So I did what I didn't know how to do. So I knew I was getting trained and I was getting our team trained how to do this, which would be completely online and get a big follower and become the influencer and blah, 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 and all do that stuff. In the meantime, I just did what I did, which is I know how to serve. And I just like, we went live every day, like I think from March 8th. They said, what are we going to do tomorrow? Like literally, what are we going to do tomorrow? We don't have an event. We aren't packing. We're not shipping books all over the damn world. It's like, what are we going to do? I said, let's go live and help people. Like they don't know what to do either. So should I pay credit cards? So I just became the open forum all day long. I would put coaches up. We'd all take shifts. So for, I don't know, remember 8, 12 hours a day. We just went live and just kept helping people. And that started building a very organic, like, hey, she'll help. Somebody will help. And from there, then we got it more systemized and more customized. And now we do an event 8 hours once a month, which we're going to give your audience tickets to. And we just really buttoned down to the assets online, like Audibles and Kindle, all the obvious things that most people would have been doing. But I'm out running around the world, you know, because I was born as a farm girl, right? So if you work hard, you know, I still have a little bit of that, but I did love traveling. So I don't mind it though, Lou. I actually enjoy being home. I think I've done less than 10 stages since COVID hit.
So I was going to go to that because there is a little bit of a benefit of the hybrid world where you tend to appreciate, look, you can, we've all know that we can reach the people this way, but the ability to connect with other people can't be replaced in person. That's been discussed, proven, everything. So you're still getting out there. And when you do now, what message, how have you been able to translate the message today in those fewer in-person visits than not? Oh, hold on. We're getting plugs for those listening. Here, we got Legacy. Okay. Share
I took all my stuff because this is where I am with my kids. My daughter's just 18. She just graduated. She's headed off to college. My son just got married. Right. So I'm in this interesting place of my own. And what I've noticed too with my career is a lot of people follow along in the narrative. And so it's been all over the place in my career, but a lot of legacy right now. It's just how do you do it? How do you preserve it? How and when do you start, you know, turning assets over to your children, educating your kids on, if I die, this is what you got. Like, I mean, my kids are going to inherit all sorts of assets. So my son, who's becoming a CPA, is one last test. He's like, we got to sort through this, Mom, because some of the stuff you're into, like I owned the Black Hole, for example. We just sold that. He said, I don't want to run that. Like that's the Raider Nation, the membership of the Raider Nation of the NFL football team. Like, Mom, that's crazy asset. That's you. That is not me. I'm not gonna. I will sell it. Like, so you might as well do it while you're here. And then we have a Broadway play. He's like, get rid of that. So we're kind of sorting through. My new funny joke, Lou, is you spend 50 years of your life building all this, and then you spend 50 reorganizing it, either for a legacy or blowing it or whatever. But that's so. Like this weekend, I'm going to Orange County to a wealth forum. And that's all I'm going to talk about is legacy. It's high net worth individuals. There's a small group. So I kind of handpick if there are people that I know I could really serve and they'd be fun clients.
The Thrive Loud listeners, not the viewers who are watching this on YouTube, need to check out how Loral has everything within her fingertips. Every book, every leaflet, everything literally right within reach. This is really funny. She has a magic one.
Because everybody sees me, they'll say like, "Oh my gosh, do you have a magic wand?" I said, "Sure." So I got one. I got one just a little while ago. I think it's really cute. I got all little props all around me.
For this whole career and many more years to come, you continue to thrive each day. But yet, we all have those days when we're not quite kicking on all cylinders. Loral, when you have trouble thriving, what practice do you seek, or maybe what individual do you seek out to get yourself back on the thriving track?
God, I pray, number one. I go to the gym. I change my physical state. I do a lot of hot yoga. It's my favorite. That's like 90 minutes of the most intense. It shifts you. It has to shift you. You're in a 105-degree room. So usually in those categories, or I'll go spend time with my family. If I'm really stuck or in a funk, and I always tell my clients this too, the best way to get off of you or you're like, what's going on is pay attention to other people. Like just go get curious, like serve other people. Like, what can I do to help you today? My life's kind of stuck. You don't have to tell them that or not, but just be out. And so I'll just call clients. Like I did several of that this morning. I just said, thinking about you, what do you need? What do you think about you? Like just went down a whole thread of like 10, 15 people I just thought about top of mind. So getting off of you and your little funk, I find kind of helps you. So I'd say whatever your spiritual practice is, whatever your health practice is, and go serve.
Before we go to Fun Street here on Thrive Loud, Laura, let's do the admin part of the show. Share with the listeners all the places people can find you, websites, URLs, social handles, any special gifts we got for our listeners and viewers. It's the time.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, don't just check me on social media. You have to follow me, subscribe, do all the things. So I'd say YouTube is your most educational platform. When we started that 4 years ago, July will be our 4th year, I think, 5 days a week. I made it family friendly because of the kids' book. And I wanted, like, parents always say, how do I bring financial literacy into the home? I did it all wrong. We're in our 40s or 50s, whatever. How do I bring it in? And then they say, get my game. I said, if you don't know how to play a game, get Monopoly back out and then do that first, get everybody oriented to a game, how you play, and then put my game down and then go to the YouTube channel. Those are probably the best because it presents a conversation like, well, what did you learn? It's only 10 minutes. So I actually, in my YouTubes like that, I'll say, what did you learn? Now, what are you going to do about it? And then create a journal, create a relationship with your kids around money. And then I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok's huge. I think I'm about to pass 1 million on TikTok.
Amazing.
If you had ever told me that I was dancing with my daughter years ago, and now I'd be getting millionaires that follow me on TikTok, I would have said, you're lying. That cannot be a business model. Love to be wrong about that. So I do all the social media. And then I have my website is integratedwealthsystems.com, integrated wealth systems with an S at the end.com/Thrive Loud. And you're going to get 2 tickets to that all day event. You don't have to come all of it, but here's why you could and should and would. The first half of it is learning about what it takes to be a millionaire, the blueprint, the sequence. And then we put you into a money-making activity. And then 3 of the 8 hours is a marketplace. So you could bring your book, you could bring anything you want and sell it. So we teach you how to sell on Zoom in a very interactive forum. So we do that for 3 hours. People make thousands of dollars. Some make 20, some have never sold a thing. And I make them make up a pre-order of a book that they're going to make up and sell. And like we push how easy it is. It's just not normal to people who have been employed most of their life. Yep. Right. So it just kind of shifts them. So we're getting them 2 tickets to that, and they're going to get 5. They can't get my kids' book. That's still under command of McGraw-Hill, but they get 5 of my ebooks, the other 5 bestsellers. So I get 5 books and 2 tickets.
Integratedwealthsystems.com/Thrive Loud, listeners, ThriveLoud. I've been waiting for this at least since we started the conversation. I am dying to hear Laurel go down Fun Street here. Let's ease on to the Fun Street Highway, if you could,
What's
Laurel.
this?
Okay.
Yeah, I like this.
Can you share with the listeners, maybe, do you have an all-time favorite movie?
I have a lot of them. Oh, wow. I could have prepared. What's my all-time favorite movie? I keep going between it's got to be action-packed. It's probably like White House Down or a pair of it's got to be action. It's got to be political. There's got to be, military. It's usually something in that category my son and I are totally in that. And then my daughter's in horror, which I won't even watch with her. So we have this little split family on the movie side.
Every August and September, they start promoting the Halloween scary movies. I literally have to walk away from the TV. It's too terrifying. Too terrifying for me. Yep. All right, here we go. Speed round. The way it works here is first thing that comes to your mind. This is the Speakeasy Pub Crawl. All the favorite stops of Loral Langemeier. Here we go. Of late, like right about now, a song that you've been listening to, or maybe one that pumps you up.
Cole Swindell.
Who's the
South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I do all country and Christian music. So Cole is, he actually went to Georgia Southern with my son, his friend, and it's just fun to listen to his, it's been out for a while, but it's still one of my like upbeat, fun songs.
Favorite food that's not a dessert?
Thai.
Favorite dessert?
Mint ice cream with cookies and whipped cream and everything you shouldn't have on it.
Okay, I like it. Sounds like everything you should have on it, just to be clear. An activity you wish you did more of?
Oh, I wish I could have the 90 minutes and time to recover to do hot yoga every day. I do about 3 to 4 days a week. I do it every day.
An activity you wish you did less of?
What do I do less of? I'm really, really picky about what I do. So I don't know if there's anything I would do less of.
We're starting to notice, Laurel, the more people we have on the program over the years, this answer continues to be the biggest challenge because we're picking people who are thriving so much they know exactly what they want to do. But is there something?
Probably do less. Gosh, I don't know. Probably stressing about my marijuana farm.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
Just invite a bunch of me and my friends over. We'll help you out. It'll be no problem.
I give it way too much of my love and attention.
A new activity, one that Laurel has recently tried that you like so much, you want to tell all our listeners and viewers to try.
Well, I love to dance, and so I would say dance more.
Love it. If I could snap my fingers and Loral Langemeier could be anywhere in the world, where is she?
Home, Lake Tahoe, Nevada.
Thrive Lab listeners, integrated, let me get it correctly. Hold on. I want to make sure. Integrated Wealth Systems.
Yep.
She's the best. She's awesome. Check out all her books. Get everything. Loral Langemeier, such a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks for coming on Thrive Lab.
Do this again.
You got it. To all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us. Till next time, keep moving onward and upward. And remember, be brief, be bright, be gone.
I like that.
You've been listening to Thrive Loud with your host, Lou Diamond. Check us out on the web at thriveloud.com and follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at Thrive Loud. And check us out on the Good Pods app at Thrive Loud, where you can follow, listen, and connect directly to Lou and all of the Thrive Loud episodes. Thanks for listening.